Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Beth Farnsworth.
And I'm CJ Ward. We begin at 6 in Isla Vista, where a legal battle is unfolding over student housing. Landlords are suing Santa Barbara County, arguing a new rental inspection program is unconstitutional and threatens an already limited housing supply.
And county leaders say it's about safety, while tenants say both problems collide in their daily lives. The Isla Vista Rental Property Owners Association is suing Santa Barbara County over a one-year pilot program requiring landlords to register units and allow inspections, calling the ordinance unlawful.
This ordinance requires the landlord to give notice of a general inspection and that the landlord be present for that inspection, something a landlord is not allowed to do under the express language of Civil Code Section 1954.
Attorney Lacey Taylor, representing the landlords, argues Isla Vista is unfairly singled out.
They're targeting the most impacted and probably the youngest and some of the most, the poorer neighborhoods in the entire county by targeting Isla Vista.
Landlords say the program could take units off the market, raise costs, and worsen what they call a housing crisis. But tenants describe living conditions that are far from ideal.
Every morning we'd wake up with like a black ring around our toilet. It was like mold.
Did you ever tell your landlord?
Yeah.
What did they do?
They said it's common in Isla Vista to have mold, but usually it's like non-toxic. It's just friendly.
Others say they've had to clean up poor conditions themselves.
It was like low-key pretty gross, and I think I spent like 3 days cleaning it, but me and my roommate laughed a lot because when we were like putting everything in, we realized the floor was crooked, so like everything would just roll to like the end of the house.
Some say landlords barely respond when problems are raised.
I mean, most of the times that we tried to talk to people that like ran the apartment, they wouldn't really do anything about it. They would try to be like, okay, like they would like do the bare minimum to fix it.
We have mold up in the showers.
County Supervisor Laura Capps, who championed the program, says these are exactly the kinds of issues inspections are meant to address.
Well, the hard part about living in Isla Vista is that a lot of housing is substandard, and also tenants are younger, they're more low income, and they don't take matters into their own hands. They don't know that you can file a report and you can actually, call the county, you can get an inspector out there.
She says the goal is prevention, not punishment.
So we're flipping the switch and we're going to them. We're taking inspectors to the places to make sure that things get fixed.
Assistant Planning and Development Director Jeff Wilson says inspections so far have uncovered mostly minor issues.
We've only identified minor issues, which we are classifying as corrective actions. They mainly include inadequate plumbing, garbage disposal not working, lack of smoke detectors, lack of carbon monoxides.
But tenants argue the broader issue is clear.
I think there's so many like living conditions here that like people should not be living in, especially in Isla Vista, and people don't realize that it's a lot worse.
Still, some students say a better relationship with landlords would go a long way.
I would rather just have a good relationship with my landlord, as long as I can communicate and be assured by the person I'm leasing from. I feel like that's all I would personally need, but I also do think that there needs to be more. It's a broader issue than just myself.
Landlords who are part of the association say most of their tenants oppose the inspection pilot program and would rather rely on a strong relationship with their landlord. The landlord's attorney, Lacey Taylor, says the judge did not strike down the lawsuit but only denied an emergency request. She plans to refile the motion for an injunction this week. Supervisor Laura Capps issued a statement ahead of tonight's coverage. She says the county is covering the full cost of these inspections. Landlords and tenants pay nothing and rents will not increase because of it. Capps added, quote, "It's shameful some property owners would rather spend money on litigation and spreading misinformation rather than making basic repairs required by law. If their properties are safe, they should welcome an inspection," end quote. We are joined by Eleanor Gartner, District Representative and Communications Director for Supervisor Capps. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And Robin Unander, an attorney who's represented both tenants and landlords. And Robin, let's start with you. What was your reaction to that story? Anything you would change? Anything clarify?
My reaction to that story is that it captures a big part of this discussion and this issue, but it doesn't capture everything. And in my role out there of working with the tenants primarily, it's a little bit more to the story, such as whether they are welcoming these inspections to come into their homes. And that's the rub that I see. And so my voice is more or less kind of communicating what I'm hearing from the tenants about, okay, this is all very interesting, but how do I stop it? What if I don't want them to come into my home for whatever reasons?
Your reaction?
Well, I'd say, the anxiety that this brings up has not been our experience. Supervisor Capps and I are in Isla Vista all of the time, and we're chatting with tenants, we're meeting with tenants, and tenants actually welcome us into their houses, and they want us to see some of the safety issues that they are living with and hasn't been addressed by landlords. A gaping hole on the floor of a balcony that just shoots down into the ocean, broken staircases, windows, railings, the list goes on, and it doesn't have to be that way in Isla Vista.
And Eleanor, a few inspections have happened so far, and what we are hearing from the community in regards to the program, what are you hearing? We were hearing minor infractions were found. What are you hearing overall from the community?
Yeah, we've been doing a ton of outreach for the last year plus to landlords, property owners, students, working in very close collaboration with UCSB through this entire process. And we got a lot of noise to get the word out about this program. And so our goal, once the inspections actually started, wasn't going to be a major issues that the inspectors found. And so we're kind of glad that there's minor things that the inspectors are uncovering.
And Robin, what kind of reaction are you hearing? Maybe not just from the folks out in Isla Vista, but just anywhere out in the community. What kind of reaction are you hearing?
There's a lot of interest in what this program is doing, what it will accomplish. I think that we do have some landlords in our community, not just Isla Vista, that their tenants perhaps would benefit from a similar type of program. But to me, it has to balance out between the whole community being impacted by these intrusions, these invasions of privacy that a landlord doesn't even have that right to. But now, if the county says, I want to inspect that apartment, the tenant has no right. They are disempowered in this role, in this new ordinance. And they have no ability to say, thank you, but no, I'm good. And if they did decide to say, thank you, no, I'm good, the county inspectors can go and get an inspection warrant. And that takes away the option or choice at all from the tenant about whether they want to do anything.
And you have said that the county should move back to a complaint inspection model, if you will, a template. Talk a little bit more why you think that would be a better path to take.
So I believe it was approximately 2007, 2008. We used to have an inspector stationed out there in the county building that we've got in Isla Vista. And he had a desk out there, and tenants could go directly to him to go ahead and make complaints. So it was a complaint-driven process. And I assisted a lot of tenants to do that process. And the inspector would be able to go out, because he's boots on the ground, and do the inspections. And as far as I'm concerned, from the feedback that I got from the tenants, it worked. And then I don't know why the county stopped that. I assumed around the time that it was happening, it was probably a budgetary thing, and they needed to redirect that person, to a greater part of the county, not just Isla Vista. But when we had a pipeline to somebody right there, it was really easy to get any concerns or complaints investigated, timely. Now, we can still submit a complaint, and I help students with that or help tenants with that, but it's hard navigating the website and trying to figure out how to make the complaints. And if it's hard, the tenants don't want to do it. So having easy access made it no problem.
And Eleanor, Supervisor Capps believes that this proactive model is better. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so there is still a complaint-based system. It's countywide. Any renter has access to it at any time. But what we found is it is still a high bar for some students to access, and this proactive approach actually supports students to get connected to safety resources like this inspection program to address safety concerns in their home. And so we believe that removing that barrier, taking some of the onus off of the tenants and bringing inspectors to the property actually makes it easier to address the safety issues at hand.
Okay, a final message to the communities. We'll start with you.
I believe in safety programs. I believe in having inspectors accessible to the tenants. I do. I'm not, pro-landlord. This isn't any kind of position that. I respect the tenants and their empowerment. There are laws already in place to protect them from retaliation by landlords. There are laws in place that mandate that the counties have to respond if there is a complaint that's filed. There are resources for these tenants, and it's an easy population to educate about what their rights are. I don't believe in disempowering them this way.
Okay, Eleanor?
I would say that this is a safety issue at hand. The county's #1 priority in everything we do is public safety. For others, it might be profits, but for us, it's safety. And this inspection program is part of Supervisor Capps and the county and our team's work to make Isla Vista safer for everyone. And we hope that property owners, landlords, everyone will come together to make Isla Vista as safe as can be.
Okay, Eleanor Gartner and Robin Eulander, thank you both for being here, and the discussion will continue. All right.
It's gone on for a long time. It's going to continue. Hopefully, it'd be interesting is how this lawsuit wraps things up. And we'll have you both back on to talk about it.
Great.
All right,
Okay, and
appreciate
we'll
it.
bring it to you as well. All right.